Hey everybody, this is Roxy from Super Media Bros, also from Views Music. And what I wanted to do here today is a little bit something different on the channel. I kind of wanted to just talk about my journey. As you see when you clicked on the video, the thumbnail, that I lost 90 pounds. And that 90 pounds I lost pretty much during the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 for COVID. What I kind of wanted to just discuss and kind of bring forward to the light is a lot of people ask me what I did and how what regimens I did, what workout regimens I did, what eating habits I did to kind of lose the weight that I lost. I guess the easiest way is just kind of break it down of how I got into that, into this phase of my life that I am now. Younger, growing up, I was always pretty active, and I would say I was a pretty skinny kid. I was a really skinny kid, actually, very, very skinny kid. But I was big into video games. Always play games whenever I can. But I was also very active. I love basketball. I was a very hyper child. You can ask my family. I was a very, very, very hyper kid. Was diagnosed with ADHD, so paying attention and sitting down, probably one of my biggest weaknesses. Probably still is today. I still have a hard time paying attention sometimes. But I was always very active. I was always getting out and playing, and especially playing basketball with friends or running around and made up stories like I do today. I was always very active, and then transitioning to middle school and then high school, something happened. I was still active, like I played on the basketball team and everything like that, but I started to gain a lot more weight. By the end by graduating out of high school, I was probably already around like 190 pounds, and from there, that was probably the biggest at that point in my time, the biggest I've ever been, even though I was playing sports. But I ate horribly. I was big in the flaming hot Cheetos, big on ramen noodles. Oh my goodness, I used to live off ramen noodles. And don't get me wrong, like I had good meals, I had healthy options for me. It's just those were the options that those were the options that I wanted to go with. Skipping forward into my 20s, my mid 20s, I just blew up. I got almost up to 250 pounds. So in the picture you see in the thumbnail, that's me probably around like 247, 248 from what I remember, close to 250. I didn't quite get to 250, but I always round up and say it was around 250. But that's the biggest I've ever been in my life. And it was a point in my life where I was just getting comfortable with it. I found my fiance. I found the woman that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. But it's like, who do I need to impress? And then my niece passed away. We lost my niece to leukemia, who's in this picture right here, and it kind of changed my mindset. It made me stop and think and reset my values about how precious life is and how quickly it can be taken away from you. And experiencing that, going through that journey, opened up my eyes about how important it is. How important it is to take care of our bodies, to be healthy. Not that Lyric wasn't healthy or anything like that. What happened to her? She didn't have any choice in the matter, unfortunately. But knowing that, I realized I do. I have a choice. I can change, and keeping that in the back of my mind, keeping that in my head. I had to figure out something. I wanted to be more healthy, to be around for my family, to be around for my fiance, to be around for any future children that I have. So bottom line, I had to make some changes, and it's really eating habits. Eating habits is the number one thing. Anyone ever ask what workout regimen you doing to lose weight? It's not the working out, honestly. It's the working out actually helps you feel good. You build more muscle. You build more endurance and tolerance. Yeah, I get that. But to lose weight is eating. It's 100% eating. That's the answer. And everyone asks me what's the secret of diet, what's the secret diets and everything. Trust me, I tried a lot of them. I tried the military diet where I was eating saltine crackers and saltine crackers and 2 hot dogs a day. Like I was on some wild stuff, like, and I did lose some weight. I lost like 20 pounds doing that for a week, but it wasn't real. Like you lose water. It's not water weight, but it's fool's gold. That stuff they use, like fighters use to like make weight for for just a couple of days, whatever, to make weight so they can do their fight. Those diets, those quick diets, I don't recommend. I had to try it for myself to understand and learn. So I understand if you're gonna try it yourself, but honestly, I don't think they work. It's 100% your habit. Dieting as like a fad, or dieting just to lose weight to get to a certain goal and then go back to your old eating habits, it's just, you're doing all that work for nothing. You literally have to change your lifestyle in eating. So what really knocked it into gear, I lost my niece, and that made me focus on a lot of my health and my family's health. And then COVID hit, and the pandemic, and now I'm at home and I'm working from home, and I have all this food in the refrigerator. I have all this food in the refrigerator. I have all these snacks. Something clicked into me and my fiance where we realized that we needed to change our eating habits. So we first started on the Mayo Clinic diet. The Mayo Clinic diet is pretty much you eat as organically as possible, in layman's terms. There's a more specific definition. I'm sure you can go look it up. But what my journey was, is that we had no salt, we had no sugar, period. For a whole, I think we did it for a month and a half. I think I did a little bit longer than Crystal did, but no salt, no sugar. So organically eating nuts. We didn't eat bread. No milk. I just did pure water. I still today really just drink pure water. And that, I think, kind of kickstart stuff. And then just lemon water in the morning. Then we'll have like bacon and eggs with no salt. We'll just do pepper for our seasoning. So that was kind of like the beginning tough part, the beginning stages of it. And I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. Definitely wanted to eat what I wanted to eat. We substituted beef with turkey all the time, and that kind of kickstarted the beginning part of my journey. So then we kind of slipped into our own version of keto, where we kind of ate what we want, but in moderation. But at that point, my body was so used to not having salt or sugar in my system. When I did eat anything that was very salty or loaded with sugar, my body would let me know. And I think that was the beginning process, is that once I ate something that my body knew was incorrect for me, my body would react badly to where I don't ever want to feel that bad again. So I'm like, I want to stay away from this. I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to stay away from this because my body doesn't agree with it. That really kicked it into gear for me. And I think that's what made it easy for me to stick to the lifestyle that I'm doing right now. So I guess it's unlucky, but kind of lucky, because I hate feeling sick. So eating greasy foods, eating salty foods, very sugary food, that stuff started no longer to appeal to me. And then today don't really appeal to me. Like, I don't really have a big sweet tooth anymore. My candy is fruit, and I'll get to that in a minute. I'll tell you about the nectar of the gods in a minute. But that's pretty much the secret for me. That's my journey. Salt, sugar was the enemy. Once I implemented less salt and less sugar into my diet, it changed everything for me. And I'm now down to 160 pounds from close to 250. So it's been a crazy journey, and it's been really, really easy because I love the stuff that I eat. I say to my fiance constantly that I eat like a bird, because I constantly just eat cashews, pistachios, grapes, apples, strawberries, bananas. And when I do eat meat, it's going to be steak. I can't ever get rid of steak. I love steak. I'll never get rid of steak. But I do have trouble eating other type of beef. Maybe steak because it's a little bit more leaner than everything else, but I don't know. But I can't do greasy foods. I cut that out of my lifestyle pretty much. And cutting out greasy foods, 100%. Burgers. I do a lot of chicken. A lot of turkey. And if I do eat any beef, it's steak. With that being said, like, this is my lunch today. Like I said, I eat like a bird. Grapes, cashews, freaking love cashews. I don't know if I'm cussing this video, but freaking love cashews. Pistachios, and then I have a turkey stick in here for a little bit more protein, and a banana. That's how I eat on a daily basis for lunch, at least. And then dinner, I'll usually do something a little bit more heavy, like a steak or something like that, or a chicken sandwich. I love chicken. I'll never get rid of chicken. But that's I mean, there is nothing much more to it. I kind of just wanted to do this video and just to show y'all exactly what my daily regimen is. I wake up, lemon water, hot lemon water. So I'm not like good at coaching or really explaining things, but so I hope this video kind of helps anyone as far as what my regimen was, what my story was, what my journey was. But that's the secret for me, honestly. It's sugar, salt, and I drink a lot of water, and I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. It's the big thing is what you eat. You know, what you eat is what you. It's truly the saying, and I'm gonna say it. I know it's corny, but you are what you eat. You want to be more fit. You want to have more energy. You want to be to that goal that you want to get to. You have to eat the foods that provide that gives you that energy, that gives you the vitamins and the nutrients that's good for your body and is healthy for your body. It took me to be 30 years old for me to figure that out. So everyone's journey is going to be different. This was just mine. But thanks everybody for watching. If y'all have any questions, or if I left out something, or if this video sucked or whatever, or if I didn't do a good job explaining, go ahead and leave a comment. I read all comments, and I'll definitely chat with you, communicate with you, explain a little bit more in detail if I left out anything, or if you just have any questions about my journey. But yeah, that's my story, everybody. It's 10:30, so I gotta get ready to go to work. But y'all all have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all back on the channel when I play some more games. See ya.